I would like to welcome you to my tutorial, and this tutorial will be about fixed price format listing. I will show you how to list it and how to calculate the fees related to this type of listing. A typical fixed price listing works this way. The buyer can purchase your item immediately at the price you set, but they cannot bid on your item. So when you list your item as a fixed price, there will be no place for a buyer to place a bid. It will be just a buy it now icon where the buyer can buy your listing immediately. Let me take you to eBay and show you how a fixed price listing will look like. Now this is a fixed price listing. It will show here buy it now only, and it will show the price and the shipping, and it will not show any bids to place. Let us click on this listing and see what's inside. Now here is the listing. The seller here is offering free shipping, and there is buy it now only. There is no place to make a bid, and you can specify the quantity, or your buyer can specify the quantity he wants from your listing, and then click buy it now so that he can go ahead and buy the listing immediately. Now let us be back here again. In order to sell at a fixed price, you need to have a certain requirements for selling at a fixed price. I mean, you need to have certain feedback requirements in order to sell an item as a fixed price. So when you go to list an item, let us go to the listing, the item page, and take a look. Here is a listing item page, a screenshot, and you have to choose fixed price when you are planning to list your item as a fixed price. If you did not meet if you did not find this fixed price tab, this means that you do not meet the feedback requirements for selling as a fixed price. So especially for new sellers, some sellers go and just they want to list their items as a fixed price, and when they look during the section of choose how you would like to sell your item, they will find online auction and they cannot find this tab, because this tab for fixed price requires certain feedback requirements. So what are these requirements? Let us go ahead and see what are these requirements. These requirements, or these feedback requirements, depends on having a PayPal account or you don't have a PayPal account. If you have a PayPal account, then if you are listing just one item at a fixed price, you need to have a minimum feedback score of 5, and you need to specify PayPal as the payment method on the listing. And if you are selling multiple items, by this I mean if you are like having, for example, 10 baby video monitors, and when you are listing the item as a fixed price, you put the quantity 10. In order to put the quantity 10 and not 1, you need to have a minimum feedback score of 15, and also to accept PayPal as the payment method on the listing. So these are the feedback requirements if you have a PayPal account. If you don't have a PayPal account, for single item the minimum feedback will be 10, and for multiple items it will be a minimum feedback of 30, and you should be at least a member for at least 14 days. Now let us go back again to this screenshot, and you will put here the buy it now price. After you choose fixed price tab, you will put your buy it now price. You will put the quantity here, say 2000, and there is an icon in fixed price listing which is called best offer. A best offer, like it, you give the buyer a chance to send a best offer. For example, if you are selling this item for 100, a buyer may try to bargain with you and send you an offer for $95. You can accept this offer, or you can decline it, or you can make a counter offer. You can just click make a counter offer and put a price, for example, of 98, so the buyer feels that you give him a discount. And then you choose the duration. You can choose good till cancelled or 30 days. This is simply how you put all what you need to list an item as a fixed price. Put the price. You can allow buyers to submit offers, or if you don't like, just don't check it. You put the quantity here, and then you put the duration of your listing. Now let us go and see what's the insertion fees for a fixed price. Actually, the insertion fees for a fixed price listing is just 35 cents, whatever the quantity or the price you are listing your item for. So for example, if you list an item for a price of $2 and duration for 3 days, you will pay 35 cents. And if you list an item for $500 and good till cancel duration, you will also pay 35 cents. Now you listed your item and you paid your insertion fees. If your item is not sold, you will not pay anything else. If your item is sold, you have to pay a final value fee. Like an auction, there is categories for the final value fees, and it depends on which category you listed your item. Let me give you an example. Take a look with me on this table. For example, if you are selling an item in the consumer electronics category, and if your item selling price is between $0.01 to $50, you will pay 8% of the closing value. If your item sells between $50 and $1,000, you pay $8 for the initial 50 and then 4.5% for the remaining value. If your item sells for $1,000 or more, you pay 8% of initial 50, 4.5% of the initial 50 to $1,000, then plus 1% of the remaining closing value balance. So for fixed price, always make sure what category you are selling your item for and try to calculate your fees before you list your item, so that you make sure that you calculated the proper way. And it depends, as I told you before, on the categories you are listing your item in. Now you pay the final value fees. Remember that you have to also pay a PayPal fees, which we explained before in the previous tutorials. Now let me take you to a simple exercise. You decided to sell a digital camera on eBay. You listed it as a fixed price format. The buy it now price was $30. The shipping for this item is $10. Your item was sold. Your buyer paid you through PayPal. Calculate all the fees associated with this transaction. Insertion fees, it will be 35 cents as we said before for any item. Final value fees for $300. Actually, the camera falls in the category of the consumer electronics. So if you look to the table that we explained before, you have to pay 8% of 50 plus 4.5% of the remaining, which is 250, which will be 4 plus 11.25, it will be 15.25. PayPal fees for $310, which is the $300 selling price plus the $10 shipping, it will be 9.99. And so the total fees associated with this transaction will be 24.89. Try to use a pencil and paper and practice this exercise for yourself. And this is simply how to list your item as a fixed price and how to calculate the fees. Thank you for listening to this tutorial, and see you in the next tutorial.